to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And don't forget the Yakima Bay buy 3 get 1 free deal over there right now, so you can get all the gear that you need as we go into the latter part of our fall Chinook fishery, which, by the way, has been extended on the Columbia through the 30th. And then, of course, some great opportunities up and down the coast going all the way through November. So make sure you take advantage of that deal so that you can get everything it is that you need. Now, today, the 22nd of September, I have been waiting for today for months, it seems like, because I can finally leave and head out and chase some elk and deer for my bow season. And yesterday, just a quick report, one of my very good friends in our camp took a really nice bull elk yesterday. So to say that I'm excited would be an understatement. As soon as I get done here this morning, I'm jumping in the truck, my Chevy Silverado, and heading east for 7 days. About 7 days too short. But at the very least, I'll be up there. So today I'm pretty darn excited, so bear with me. Just bear with me. Of course, this upcoming segment will have your report segment for you. For all of you that have been chasing fall Chinook on the Columbia, I've got some reports to share there. Again, getting more of them this morning before the show got started. We will check in with Katie Sneegan to find out what this weather is going to do this upcoming week. And yesterday, I may have sounded like I wasn't too excited about what this weather was going to be like for me this last week of our bow season on the east side of the state in particular. But talking with a good friend of mine yesterday who was actually on his way home with an elk that he took just a day or two ago, or 3 days ago, reminded me that, well, one, he kills more elk than anybody that I know. But this week, weather better than rain. So I'm pumped up. I'm looking forward. Again, you can tell I'm going right back to it. We've got 2 interviews lined up for you this morning. We're going to check in with Kyle and Miles Dodson. They are the owners of Ore Angling. Now, we typically talk to them when they're out there fishing in Pacific City, and that's where they are this morning. We'll find out how that fishery is going for them, and are they catching many of those silvers, Chinook, whatever might be available to them. Then we're also going to check in with good friend Steve Leonard from Steve's Guided Adventures, for a couple of reasons. I don't think he's on the water this morning. He just got back from Montana hunting. So I want to get that report from him. I guess maybe I'm being a little selfish there. But also I want to get some advice from him. With that Columbia remaining open through the 30th of September, maybe some advice on where you might want to spend your time. This is the time of year where it's very location dependent, right? If it's above Bonneville or below, there are some areas that are going to be much more conducive to getting bit than others. So we'll find out from Steve what his advice would be there, maybe where he's going to be spending his time on the Columbia before it ultimately shuts down for the retention of Chinook. So we're going to have a couple of great interviews throughout today's show. Also, though, we're going to have your Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week, and this is a really good one. With all the fall Chinook around and silvers, big numbers of silvers being caught right now, lots of folks are taking eggs. And the question was very specific in that, again, Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week, we're going to try to, well, just answer the question. Started out, I go to Fishman's, I look at the wall of cure, and I'm lost. Well, we're going to talk about some of the ProCure products that are out there, the difficulties of some of them, and then my favorite one of all. So that Chevy Silverado Tech Tip is going to be about eggs, not necessarily the curing of them, but the different cures that are available and which ones you might want to grab a hold of when you go over there to Fisherman's Marine. Yes, there's a lot of them, and they're all very different, and the processes are very different for each one of those cures as well. So we'll cover that in that Tech Tip this morning. Also, for all of you that have been chasing pike minnow this year, well done. Record-setting year for pike minnow being removed from the Bonneville pool, or excuse me, from the entirety of the Columbia, that is. And the #1 person, later on when I tell you this number, it's going to blow you away. How much money was made by one individual catching pike minnow on the Columbia. Record-setting. It's crazy. Makes you wonder why we're not all doing that. Anyway, so we'll have that as well later on in the show with those Pike Minnow reward numbers. So let's go ahead and show you some photos. We don't have anybody calling up, but if you'd like to, it's easy to do. Ryan's already shown you that hotline number. Here's Lisa's first salmon. Looks like Rich sent us in, and that is a dandy. Just some of the photos that we were getting yesterday. I mean, there's just no shortage of fish being caught, and some really big ones. Rumor is, and it's strictly a rumor, because I haven't seen it. I didn't see a photo of it, but a 40-ish pounder that was caught yesterday as well. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Brian Lynn, hey, Brian. We talk with Brian here every so often. Look at that, he's got, I was about to say an outdoor GPS hat on. I think it could be. Anyway, great photo, Brian. Thanks for sending it in. We're going to show you how you can do it. There's a number of ways to send photos in, but we'll show you the easiest way at the end of all this as well. We have a video. Caleb's first Chinook, perfect size fish for such a young person. Deliciousness. Lots of jacks getting caught here recently as well. There's a toad. Holy moly. Easiest way to tell how big that fish is, everyone. Look at the wrist. His left hand around the tail wrist right there. That's a good size Chinook. Definitely mid-20s. At least pushing it. It's really close to it. Now, if he would have held it out, we could have called it an Oregon 30. Just kidding. Full house. Yeah, there's plenty of Chinook right there. Well done. Mike and Valerie. Looks like you had a very productive day. I'm not going to say where. I know that location. But lots of great options. Look at this. Hold on a second. Now, here's something a little bit different. Those are all crappie. Wow. Crappie killer would be jealous. And it looks like a swiper in there, too. I wonder where that's from. That's interesting. Those are delicious if you haven't never chased them. Another, excuse me, dandy Chinook right there. Oh, from Clint Lowry. Clint! Thanks for sending the photo in, man. Nice photo. I wonder if she caught it in your boat. Not that he fishes with the addicted guys at all. That are pretty darn good at it. But yeah, Clint, he can find them sometimes as well, if he's not low-holing you. Morning Nookie. Hilarious, by the way. Sarah, nice Chinook. Well done. Some of the best parts about chasing Chinook in the summertime. Now, of course, fall. Nice weather and good opportunities. Here's another dandy. I mean, look at this. Some of these fish. I have not been fishing in a couple of weeks, as y'all know. I get called out for it quite a bit. But there's just been a number of really good-sized fish getting caught here recently. How the heck they're getting through all the kill nets? Don't ask me. I don't want to get sidetracked with that, though, before I leave for my week-long elk trip. Salmon Slayers. John sent this in. Great photo. Definitely some nice Chinook there, no doubt. I almost call them the perfect size for the barbecue. Ugh. It's the only thing I wish that I had. Oh, look at this. Ready? You got it, Luke. One of our very popular areas around here in the Northwest for hunting ducks on public land. Luke's already better than half of them. That's hilarious. I've got one of those videos with my daughter Lana doing the same thing. It's the Fox 12 app. It's the easiest way to download your photos and videos, and of course, any countless number of things from KPTV, but of course, Outdoor GPS, and it'll certainly line you up on how you can download those photos and video so that we can show you off every Saturday and Sunday morning. All right, we're gonna cut to a break. I do have a phone call coming in. I got Steve from Portland. We're gonna take that call this upcoming segment. So Steve, be patient with me. We're gonna have all your numbers that you'd love to see before we go into this upcoming week. We'll be right back.